All right, let's do this. Let's kick it to it like a ball. Special shout out to Prime Time News TVJ in Jamaica. This is where this video is coming out from. I do not own the rights to this video. And the views and comments that will be made by me are from me and are not associated with Primetime News TVJ at all. It's just my personal comments, my thoughts, my feelings. All right, I could go now.
Welcome to Primetime News, and a special welcome once again to our viewers on onespotmedia.com. Up first this evening, Health Minister Dr. Christopher Tufton says discussions will be held on Friday with the police and National Security Minister following reports that nurses involved in the COVID-19 vaccination program have received threats. Anthony Lugg has his Primetime News follow-up.
So, real quick, I watched a video several minutes ago where his family, Mr. Sharp's sisters and a close friend of Mr. Sharp, they condemn the alleged threats that are being hurled towards these medical professions, the nurses, especially towards this particular nurse who administered the shot to Mr. Sharp, which, by the way, it was his choice, his decision. Nobody forced him. So if this innocent woman is being threatened, wrong, you know who you are. You have to stop it. Come on now. Come on. Think. She never met the Medicare. She never met this vaccination, which it is not a vaccination, by the way. But she never met this thing. And it's not she who bring it into the country. And it's not she who work with the prime minister and work in our government and met this thing come in our country. She just showed up to work. She was given an assignment. She did her job. So if it is true, we want to stop it. Okay? That hyena behavior need to stop. And any other nurse where I get threatened, we want to stop it. Load of people and make them do their job. Them just do a job. Right? As if this is all true. Because we don't have any other evidence. We're just hearing. We just a hearsay. Let's continue.
On Wednesday, TVJ News learned that the nurse who administered the AstraZeneca vaccine to senior journalist Michael Sharp had been threatened. Less than 24 hours after, reports of more threats to other nurses involved in the COVID-19 vaccination program. This was President of the Nurses Association of Jamaica, Patsy Edwards Henry, on the morning agenda on Power 106 on Thursday.
Last night on my way home, one nurse called me. She had just finished working and was returning to her facility, which is a health center, to safe.
So, real quick, I'm assuming that this is the nurse that made the complaint to Miss Henry, the president of the NAJ. I'm assuming this is her. And sister, I'm sorry I said that I go on in your life. And you know, I hope that nobody never go take this to a next level. You're just doing your job. Again, that's even if this allegation is true. Because we don't know Jamaica stay already. Jamaica's a place where if you sneeze, it depends on what's up. Right? If a man catch a man I do certain things with a goat, it depends on what's up. Right? If certain people, they in the go-go club, I do certain tricks and flips, it depends on what's up. So what am I trying to say? These videos are there's videos for whole heap of things what goes on in our everyday life. So we could continue.
Guard or medications that she had taken out during the day and other things. And when she was going into the health center, a threat was hurled at her. So she called being fearful for her life. And we have to understand and remember that a lot of our health centers are in what we would call volatile areas.
Health officials have repeatedly underscored the importance of vaccination in the fight against COVID-19, but it appears those efforts are being hampered. Health Minister
It appears those efforts are being hampered. What efforts? The efforts of trying to get the public, that's a UNO, who don't want to vaccinate. Remember, by the way, they're going to keep on saying and keep on calling it a vaccination, but it's not a vaccination. But anyway, what they're trying to do is get us to a place that we're so uncomfortable that we're going to give in. When I say we, because me not take the vaccination. Me never take the COVID, whatever them call it vaccination. All right, I go with the vaccination. But me never take it. I mean, now take it. And there's many more people who are feeling the same way like me. So now what he must say is we are hamper the medical professionals if do them job in administering it to those who want it. That's a lie. That's a lie. I don't see no protests. I don't see no anti-vaxxers or protests at any clinic, any staging area where this is being administered, at any hospital. I don't see them video there yet. I never hear that yet. I never see that yet. Uno two lie.
The Dr. Christopher Tufton believes the actions of the person sending threats undermine the work being done by public health officials.
This is part of either a coordinated approach by the anti-vax movement or a splintered approach.
So he feels it's a coordinated approach. What coordinated approach? Where is this coming from? Why are you saying this, Mr. Tufton? Do you see a coalition of anti-vaxxers coming together and I try to clamp down and I try to stop the movements where you and the Prime Minister and even over here, this government over here is trying to do? We're not stopping them. Do what you want to do. If you have the vaccination, have it. And if you don't want to give it to those who want it. And you're already doing that. So if you're already doing that, all right, make we hear what you say.
Approach by persons who are against vaccines.
The threats have already started to have a damning effect. Mrs. Edwards Henry says the situation is affecting the nurses' ability to provide health care.
It's affecting the nurses' ability to provide health care. How? Make we hear how.
Sometimes persons will just hear something and will just say something, and they say it just because, but they do not understand the impact that it has when they say things like this. So we have to be careful that moving forward as we go into the vaccination process, that we ensure that the nurses, while carrying out their duties, are safe and comfortable in doing so.
I agree. That part I agree. You know, a lot of things are being said on both sides, from the vaxxers and the anti-vaxxers. All the way I say something, and all the way feel our way, and all the way I find my own, reasoning in this. Some I say why them want to do it, some I say why them don't want to do it. But at the same time, some have for them documents for sure say, see, this thing is good. Some I say, no, I have my documentation, my research, and sure say this thing is not good. We're just having a discussion. We're having a disagreement. But at the same time, everyone has a right to decide his destiny. And we're not stop those people from going down to the sites and getting their vaccination. We not force them not to go. So I'm ask you something. All our own people will get the vaccination. Did anybody stop you? Well, of course not, because you got the vaccination. Anybody have fight against you? People stop be your friend? Come on, man. Y'all exaggerating this thing, yo.
So, As public health officials involved in the island's vaccination program continue to carry out their duties, what action will the government be taking to protect them?
Yeah, what action?
Dr. Tufton says the time has come to engage the police force and the National Security Minister.
To engage the police force. Wow.
Intimidatory tactics will have to be elevated and taken very seriously.
Wait a second. Wait, hold on.
Encourage
Security Minister.
These intimidatory tactics will.
These intimidatory tactics. What a vocabulary, what a use of vocabulary words. I see what you're doing, Mr. Tufton. I gotta give it to you. You're playing a psychological warfare here with people. These intimidation. That's what you're trying to say. Because you, hold on there. I like
have
what you
to be
say.
elevated and taken very seriously.
Back up.
Force and the National Security Minister.
These intimidatory tactics.
Intimidatory tactics. And so, basically, in layman terms, in our vernacular terms and language and understandings, what he's trying to say is, people like we who do not want the vaccination, if we continue to call out upon it, reject it, if we continue, right, he calls our vocal disapproval of it as tactics, intimidatory tactics, by the way. So no, you gotta call on the security forces pan we know. Wow. So it went from allegedly these nurses, which by the way, we don't know how many nurses. We don't know. You never tell us how many nurses. If this is an isolated incident or if this is a national incident. We don't know. Because you don't tell me that. You just tell me what you want to tell me. And I mix up on corrosion in it for make we believe, say, yeah, it wicked out there, bad out there. The nurses, they might get a beaten out there. I want to see those videos. I want to see them videos. I want to hear them voice note there where people are threatening the nurses. Them. I not say it ain't happening, but I'm not saying it is happening either. Because we don't see it. We see everything else. People quick for draw them phone quick and record something. So I want to see them. I want to see the facts. I want to see the evidence. I don't want to act too. I want to see real people are threatening real people. No, I don't condone it. What I'm saying is, you show us everything else. We see all kind of video all the time about this and that happening. Where are these videos of nurses? That's an S at the end. That means it's plural. That means it's more than one. Where are these recordings? Come on, man. It's like when you go buy a vehicle and you say to the dealer, yo, I want a Carfax. So I'm show you the Carfax. But if you don't have the Carfax, you just have to go by what him say is wrong or not wrong with the vehicle. So at this point, we just going by what you say. And guess what? Me not go by it. But if I saw, it need to stop. When ignorant hyenas, we need to stop it. The nurses, them just do them job. Them go work. Them clock in. Them see what them have to do for the shift. Them just carry out them assignment. This is the same, matter of fact, isn't this the same AstraZeneca that's been causing some controversy? Along with Johnson & Johnson as well? You think I joke? Wait, let me show you something. Look on this. CDC reviewing Oregon woman's death after Johnson & Johnson vaccination. After Johnson & Johnson vaccination. That means I should take it. I know she's dead. So they're doing an investigation on it. And for freedom, someone just want this. Los Angeles Times. Dodgers offering fully vaccinated fans section for Saturday's game versus the Padres. Because somehow will give up on a life, give up on a freedom, just for watch one ball game. And that's your prerogative. Me not fight against you. Do what you want to do. Right? And if me want to go and watch the baseball game, me don't care if you get a closer seat for see the game. I don't care. You can have your vaccinated seat, your little section. Go on. But me assure you, because people want to go back to normalcy, it's gotten to a point where people say, all right, me will go and take it because I want to go back to the movie. I want to go back and go to the amusement park. I want to go back and go to the ball game. Because to them, that's their comfort. That's their entertainment. And that's your prerogative. Me now fight against that. Right? That's your fun time. You have a right to that. Me now fight you. But what's going on here is you guys
will have to be elevated and taken very seriously, and reports encouraged to be made to the police, investigation pursued, and those persons who are held accountable to be dealt with to the full extent of the law.
Held accountable to what? It's you guys who are threatening us. And that's how the thing reach now. Yeah, and that's how the thing reach. And who know what threaten we? Because we don't want to take the vaccination, we don't want to come threaten we. The persecution has begun. Yeah. The persecution for not taking this vaccination, for not taking this COVID vaccination has begun. Yeah. But there's tons of persecution happening all the time, all over the world. You understand? The Jews, them might get persecuted all the while, right? Black people got through for them kind of persecution amongst themselves, outside of themselves, right? You have certain churches that go through persecution. You have certain Islamic sects and organizations going through certain persecution. You have the Hindu them that go through for them persecution, right? There's all kind of persecution. But this one is the latest one. And it's against us who do not want the vaccination. And we want to make it look like, say, we are fighting, and we are stopping from get it. If you want to get it, get it. That's your body. It's your life. Your decision. It's not mine. But I see the propaganda that's going on here. Because we don't want the whole world to get vaccinated. It ain't gonna happen. It not gonna happen. You have some people, them are gonna give in eventually. But not everybody are gonna give in. No. Me no care. If you put my head on the guillotine, me not give in. Mr. Sharp, to your family, condolences to your family, and I pray that Father God will comfort you guys in this moment and time of grief and mourning. It's an unfortunate thing that has happened. No one saw this happening. No one saw this coming. At the same time, I still give my condolences and respect. I'm not an insensitive person where I got disrespect. I not do that. I not believe in that. As for the rest of us, listen here. You have to read what CDC say now. CDC telling us, say, if you have underlying issues, if you had surgeries, do not take their vaccination. Sorry, they told you that. Right? And even though they told you, and even though they forewarned you that there could be some issues might arise, some negative effects might come from it, they can't force you. No figure take it. They can't force you to go take it, and they cannot force you to not take it. So it comes down to it's your decision. And that's with it right now. But for uno journalist, for the rest of uno, I try to twist up the thing and I make this thing into like a we versus them. We anti-vaxxers versus uno who want to take the vaccine. That's not what it is, man. Because enough of we are family. We are family member. We're gonna take the vaccine. And we're not fight against them. You understand? We might not agree with them for go take it because we're concerned about them and we care about our friends, our family, and that's why we vex with them. And we say, yo, why you just never wait, man? Just wait and make we see what I go on. Make this thing run its course. And you jump up and go take the thing because of pressure or because of fear. Mainly because of fear. And the fear that's being pushed is by UNOCM journalists, UNOCM media personnels, and Fauci, and Gates, and the rest of them. So we just said to our family and our friend them say, yo, family, listen here now. You have a brain. Use your brain now. Think for yourself now. No matter make these people come bully you and push you and frighten you for go take it. That's all we say. But we never go to the clinic with them and handcuff them and bring them back at them yard. We never do that. So now, as Tufton has said, the law must get involved. If there are certain dirty hyenas, ignorant, dark Jamaican people, we are threatening these professional personnel, these nurses. We make them feel uncomfortable. Yeah. Won't forget a beating. Because you're wrong. Them never met the vaccine. They never bring it in our country. Them just go to work and do them job. Anyway, I'm out, y'all. Continue to live on purpose, godly purpose. You understand? Boom blast!